Anyway, last story, Humberto, because I know, Rob, you got to leave soon.
A little bit.
Let's knock this story out and just get to the meat. Humberto
get
Russel
to the
ran
meat.
sex charges
All right.
right before we came in here.
By the way, legal disclaimer, charges.
These are all charges.
Charges and not the same as being guilty.
This isn't guilty. This is all he said, she said, news, BS.
No, this
I
is
have a question about this one, so go.
This is all official reporting. I'm going to read straight from the BBC, all right? What charges he's facing, all right?
What is it?
The accusations are from 1999 to 2005, all right? First charge.
25 or 05?
1999 to 2005,
Okay.
all right?
Yeah.
He R-word a woman in Bournemouth in 1999. Then another one was assaulted in 2001. In 2004, he orally R-word a lady in Westminster.
Orally did?
Yeah, R-word.
So he
That's called
did that
knee
to
to the
her,
face,
or she
honey.
did it to him?
He did it to her, and it was...
I don't know what orally R-ed means.
Orally sexually assaulting someone is like, and she's like, no. I don't get that.
I don't know what.
That's confusing. But go ahead.
I don't know
Unless you guys don't know if she was drugged, tied down.
Yeah, we don't
something.
know. Okay.
And then between 2004 and 2005, he also that's a long thing. 2004 and 2005, he assaulted another lady in Westminster. All right. To be fair, these are all charges. They've been hunting after Russell Brand
forever.
Forever. Like as Tate will say, this is a matrix attack.
Yeah.
Everything needs to be proven in a court of law. These are all allegations. These are charges. He hasn't been found guilty of anything. All right. That's a disclaimer. If we go to the first video, I think this is what got everything started. This is the first time that.
Could we go to the video, Malik? Look,
no, skip this one.
No, next.
Russell Brand.
Next one.
This is the first time he got out of line. All right. I don't know if you guys know this clip from Bill Maher.
No, but could you rewind it and go back?
This is the first time he openly attacked Big Pharma.
Oh, let's hear this.
And,
this
big
is what's
pharma
set up.
billionaires, pharmaceutical corporations like Moderna and Pfizer made $1,000 of profit every second from the COVID-19 vaccine. More than two-thirds of Congress received campaign funding from pharmaceutical companies in the 2020 election. Pfizer chairman Albert Bourla told Time magazine in July 2020 that his company was developing a COVID vaccine for the good of humanity, not for money. And of course, Pfizer made $100 billion in profit in 2022.
And notice how uncomfortable Bill is.
Yes.
Look how uncomfortable the other guy is. And like
But
that,
this is after all of his
No.
allegations.
No. What he's saying is, Kels, this is, and as we all know, when you poke at the bear, that's when the bear turns around on you. This is him going on Bill Maher. By the way, one of the most liberal shows.
Wait.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
he
go ahead,
goes
go
on
ahead.
Bill Maher, and he goes, Big Pharma's doing this person's getting money, da-da-da. And then that's when the Matrix goes, oh, really? Get the girls ready.
Yep.
Let's go.
Okay, wait a second. When did the original incidents happen, though? Beforehand, right?
Yeah,
This
beforehand.
is what happens, and this is what gets me so angry all the time. I like that clip of him, actually, because I agree with him. I don't really like him as a person or an actor.
He's a good actor.
Matter.
Yeah.
I don't
him.
think
You didn't like Andrew Tate. You hated Andrew Tate before we went to Romania.
I don't hate anybody.
You disliked him very immensely.
And you know, again, he seems like a nice person well enough in interviews and like from certain stories that people share, and he seems crazier in others. But like, just because it's not just I don't think it's a Matrix attack. I suspect that these things did happen. It fits his personality, but I suspect these things did happen, and I hope they didn't. But celebrities like this take advantage. These things happen, and then they make themselves, then they clean up their act, put themselves on a pedestal. You put yourself in a firing position. Like, you put yourself in that way. You're a man of God now. You're on the Republican side now. Like, you put yourself in that position, and guess what? Somebody's going to go, oh, he's not a good guy. He did this to me. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. The charges have been filed. He responded. We won't show the clip, but he responded to the charges.
How long is the clip?
When did they get filed?
It's about a minute.
Yeah, let's watch it.
When
Let's
did
go
they get
before we gotta
filed?
go. He got charged for
For 5 instances.
When did they come out though?
Today.
today.
But
All right,
like, okay.
but he's had allegations for a while.
Yeah.
He had
no,
the
but
first
no-
allegation was in 2023.
Let's see
That's
this clip.
weird.
Play this clip. Why is
Hello. Firstly, thank you for these incredible and overwhelming messages of support.
We're very fortunate in a way to live in a time where there's so little trust in the British government. We're very fortunate, I suppose, that this is happening at a time where we know that the law has become a kind of weapon to be used against people, institutions, and sometimes entire nations that will not accept and tolerate levels of corruption that are unprecedented. I'm speaking particularly to those of you that are watching this in the UK. How do you feel about your legal system right now? How do you feel about some of the high-profile cases that are not being pursued and prosecuted? How do you feel that the Southport murders were handled? How do you feel about the government of Keir Starmer? Now, that's just sort of general context. Me, I've always told you guys that when I was young and single, before I had my wife and family, who were just out of shot over there, my beautiful children, I was a fool, man. I was a fool before I lived in the light of the Lord. I was a drug addict, a sex addict, and an imbecile. But what I never was a rapist. I've never engaged in non-consensual activity. I pray that you can see that by looking in my eyes. I want to thank all of you for your continuing support. I want to let you know that our show will be on Rumble on Monday. Thanks for your support there. And, of course, I'm now going to have the opportunity to defend these charges in court, and I'm incredibly grateful for that.
Kelly,
in the meantime, you lot, stay free.
Well, before you say that, doesn't it seem, you just stop the video. Doesn't
now.
it seem to you, to anybody, that this gameplay, this playbook that's used, happens every single time someone of power, Kelly, it's hundreds, maybe thousands where they go. No, you have to admit it. Every time somebody of power, they want to take them down because they don't go along with the narrative.
Guess what?
What happens?
Don't get into a position of power. If you have skeletons in your closet, that's your own fault, buddy.
No, because
your
you're
own
assuming
fault.
that he. So you're saying that
I'm not
that he raped these girls.
I'm not assuming. No, you're not letting me talk. You're not letting me talk.
right?
I'm not assuming anything.
You said you wouldn't be surprised
You're
because
putting stuff in my mouth.
No,
right
you
now.
didn't.
Yes. You're
I'm
not. You're
putting things in
asking
people's
half a
mouth is what it
question. You're asking half a question, and you're not even letting me finish the first answer. I did say the grape ones.
whatever. No, you could whatever.
What I'm saying is he has a past.
Okay.
Sorry, it's come back to haunt you, guy. Like, that's on you. You have to prove it now.
But it didn't come out until 2023, though. And the time frame is from 95 to 2000. So you're saying he comes out and says this on TV in 2021 or 2022, and then in 2023 the allegation comes out? That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's 2 years after. Like, your timeline excuse doesn't work.
After he goes on TV.
Dude, same thing with the Tate situation. It is not activity I would engage in, therefore I do not understand it. I judge those actions, and I think he's probably just as nice and charming a person as Andrew and Tristan Tate are. I don't support his lifestyle. I support his new one with his new family and his Christian attitude and like his values. I support that. That is what Christians do. Forgiveness, redemption, all of that stuff. But if you're a celebrity, if you're in a position of power, if you're on a pedestal, you open yourself up to this stuff. So if you did stuff in your past, sorry, you're going to have to wade through all the skeletons, clear it up with everybody else, and deal with it.
But you're saying, Kelly, hold on. Okay, I was in LA. I lived there for all these years. I hooked up with a bunch of freaking girls. I did a lot of, nothing illegal with these girls.
But one thing, it's not illegal, but it said sinful.
No, sinful, yeah, 100%.
Yes,
right.
that's my point.
Sinful,
Thank
yes,
you.
Listen, saying, okay, now he has to pay for who says that he did anything wrong. The problem is that anytime somebody speaks against the system, girls all of a sudden, 20 years later, go, oh, by the way, he R-worded me.
Because somebody goes to them and says, hey,
That's-
I can
well,
give you a
that's the
platform
problem.
now.
Well,
very true.
but Kelly, that's babe.
Because a lot of women don't have the space, the support to come out against a fucking
come on, there's
famous
no, but-
celebrity.
but-
There's a
my
ton of
point
lawyers
is-
that are just dying to take a case like that. If you go to a lawyer and say that happened to you, there's endless supply of lawyers that'll take that.
This is just happening like in the past couple years, guys. This is just happening past couple years, and they're not always successful.
Oh, no, Kelly, this has been
Freaking-
going on for women being used to take down powerful men is not new. That's the problem.
They're all-
This is Rome.
Since Roman days.
Yes, and women get treated like shit no matter which side they're on. all the time.
There's guys get treated like shit too. It's a
the
two-way
Me Too
street.
movement was just a couple years ago. Like, it's just now becoming a thing where they're lying. There's more of them lying. There's more of them, all of that stuff. I'm not saying he did something illegal at all. I'm saying this is what you deal with your behavior.
That's
if you
what you
sin,
get.
you
'Cause-
open it up.
'cause
That's
I-
what you get.
But
I'm outraged.
she's saying
Yeah,
that.
Rob, look what the hell you guys all did to
bullshit.
Rob. Rob's gone.
See what you
Damn
did?
it.
God.
You triggered Rob. No, but I'm saying though that the fact that she came out right after he started making noise with Big Pharma makes it.
It's not right after, Brandon. It's 2 years later. I don't give.
That's right after. Like if
It's
the
not
claim,
right
if the
after.
claim
It's
is
not
from
right
before
after. It's not right
2005,
after. When was
if the
the
claim
last
is
one?
before
2020?
2005,
20. No, 20.
Yeah, but Kelly-
When was the last one?
2005. That's
so
the
that's
last
a long
alleged
ass
one.
time.
That's a long.
Okay.
But-
I don't know what the statute of limitations is for stuff like that.
But-
and again, 2005 is exactly my point. It wasn't okay for women to come out about
Why
this
not
stuff.
2015? He's in movies by then.
Yeah.
It still wasn't a thing. Me Too was when.
Here's the thing.
Come on.
You ready for this? It's
no,
not
you
admissible.
come on.
You know what happened?
Still haven't proved your point.
Put him. Hook me up to a lie detector test. Put me on a lie detector test. Did you R-word this girl? No, I didn't. Next. That's what I would do. I would 1,000% be like, go ahead, hook me up to a lie detector test. Put the girl's name in question. Ask me if I did it or not. I'd pass every single one, and I believe that he would pass too. If he's innocent, do it.
So do the reverse. What about the girls?
Make her do it too.
What if she passes too because she believes she was?
Listen, the guy that's getting accused says and passes a lie detector test, I didn't. You can live in whatever fantasy you want.
What if he's in the fantasy?
This is
You
a serious
can't
problem.
do
though.
that.
This is a serious problem though that you could come out 20 years later and say this. Like there should be a 3 to 5 year statute of limitation on this.
I do agree that girls need to women need to be able to come out right away and say, "Hey, this happened to me." I get how it's difficult, and I get how it could take some time, and I get how you get like same thing we talk about on Beauty Podcast and Saucecast. Like our value, if that happens to us, our value is so much drastically changed more than it would be for a dude. So it's way harder for women. So women need to be given more credit, more opportunity, more time to be able to accuse somebody. I do think 20 years is way too long.
Yeah.
And
It
of
undermines
course the
legit
timing's
claims.
perfect, but if you did it, buddy, you got to pay for your sins.
It undermines legit claims too when you do it this way because if it does come out that's fake, then it undermines people who it was real for.
That's something that we're fixing now
like
in
just
society.
like with Kavanaugh with what's her face Blasey Ford,
yeah.
where she's like he did this 30 years ago, and then he goes, oh, by the way, I have a whole log of every single thing I did every single day, and it's just again, it's the playbook is so played out, but it works every single time. Now nobody cares if it's true or not. It's just that he was charged allegedly and all that stuff on him.
I care if it was true.
Kelly,
You
ready
can't
for
say
this?
that. I care if it was
Kelly,
true.
ready for this? You hooked up, let's just say, figuratively speaking.
Yeah.
You hooked up with Russell Brand because he was a star. He was in Hollywood. You guys hooked up in LA, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. It's 15 years later, ready for this? And you go, hey, wait a minute. There's a lawyer talking that I could get money. Wait a minute. You know what? Yeah, I felt weird during sex. Hold on a
Guys.
second. That happens a lot.
Guys,
People
I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not
Well,
saying it doesn't. I'm
just-
saying just exactly what you said.
Ju-
Let the truth come out.
Just to wrap this up a little bit. Look, if there's young men watching this, all right, so you don't commit the same errors that a lot of people
Don't
commit.
sin.
Have them
Don't-
sign a waiver.
Waivers.
No,
Oh
it's not
my
waivers.
God.
It's not waivers. It's you need to set your bar at Christ every time. If you're not
Amen.
willing to have kids with that lady, if you're not willing to have a committed relationship and married, don't do it. That's it. And if you don't do it, nobody can say anything ever.
Yep,
All right?
I agree. I agree
Just
with you
don't do it.
100%. I wish I
Don't do
had God in my
drugs.
life back when I was in LA. Then like it's late for me. Like I came around, but way late. I'm in my 40s, and now I'm like, okay, now I get it. When I was there, by the way, no upbringing from my father. My father never taught us about the birds and the bees, whatever the hell that means. Never taught me about sex. Never guided us. Then I joined the military, Kelly, and I'm like, that was my father, and then Hollywood. So I don't know his upbringing with alcoholism, with the drug use.
Vinny,
What?
just because you're an adult though, and I know you so well.
Yeah.
I know you so well.
Yeah.
Everybody makes mistakes, and then it becomes easier and easier to sin once you do it, right? So yes, you were in the military, exposed to this, that, and the other thing. He's a celebrity on drugs, so he's doing this, that, and the other thing. The girls were probably on drugs, which is why they can't remember perfectly.
Probably.
Like, all of that is true. Same thing with the Andrew Tate stuff. Like, they're all doing whatever, and I'm like, so you all are just, you have a responsibility. Even if my parents didn't teach me X, Y, and Z, even if the person next to me doesn't teach me X, Y, and Z, I read the Bible. I can feel what's right and what's wrong because it makes you feel sick. And I know, like, when you are so kind to so many people here, and you have literally changed my life in so many ways, and it's a learning process. You've paid for your sins.
Mm-hmm.
Every day you pay for your sins, and Jesus already died for your sins. So I think, you haven't done anything to put yourself in this
somebody
situation.
could, but Kelly, what I'm saying is, what if one of the girls that I hooked up with can just come out, think about it, legally, a girl right now that I used to sleep with could right now, real talk, can go, you know what? He sexually assaulted me. And the thing
And
is
if
this, Kelly,
there's no
even
proof,
but ready for this? Guess what it would get? A headline, which is the majority of what they want is for you to come out there and your image to be destroyed.
Thank
and
God
I get
we're
what you're
not
saying.
in South Korea then.
No, exactly. But because I want to end the show. But what I'm saying is, Kelly, in the moment when you're lost, when you're young and you're partying and you're drinking and you have the status and everything, you're not thinking about God. You're not thinking about this. You're just having fun and you're living in that sinful life. What I'm saying is, all these years later, for all of a sudden people to come out of the woodwork, it seems to me that it's very, very suspicious. It's a business. They take people down that have power. And yeah, I get it. He's a Christian now. Good for him. I'm happy he has a family and everything. And you're right. If you live the sinful life, some things like this catch up with you. I agree with you 100%.
It's the consequences.
100%. I just feel like the playbook is so played out now. I wish that they would come up with something different instead of taking these girls, which, mind you, they're probably going to sue. They're gonna make money, and it's just his life is gonna be.
They should go to jail though if they get caught lying about the stuff.
They
I agree.
should.
Like, I agree.
They so
with the same
should.
charge as a guy
I
for
don't
rape.
have it with me. Finally, one of the ladies last week got jail time for accusing someone of
Oh,
their-
really? Good for her.
I think they should. They
Good for her.
should pay. They should go to jail.
Good.
Not in this case, some other case.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
gonna look into it.
All right.
But just treat everybody better, guys.
I
Just
know,
love
and
each
well,
other.
and
Gosh.
I love that you. I love Kelly. I love where you're coming from. I know where you're. Thank you for telling the younger people, like, don't make the same mistakes that other people have made.
Oh, we made the
Yeah.
whole list.
All the
of mistakes.
oh, forget
All
it
of
because
them.
if
Me
you
All
stay,
of
too,
them.
by the way.
stay pure, stay like, and I'm telling you right now, that's the better way to live. So if you like this clip, click right here, and if you want to see more like it, click right here. Stay angry, Patriots.